When I say repair, I mean simply what it sounds like: fix what's broken. As the founder of the Runway Project, I'm always asking and answering this question of, can we make financial infrastructure really love Black people? In the US, wealth falls squarely along racial lines. We used to say pre-uprising, pre-COVID, that African-American families had about $11,000 in wealth in comparison to white families that had about $142,000. And I like to tell people this number actually does include Bill Gates and P. Diddy. So this is still the number with all of those people there, 11,000 to 142. We are facing an enormous challenge around COVID. When we say that COVID is the disease that is revealing the illness of our society, it tells us that we can only protect ourselves if we protect others. What do we say about the way that COVID-19 has shredded Black wealth? When we have zero wealth, what happens when the police stop you? What happens when you're able to actually take care of yourselves, when you have no real wealth left? It requires that the only way we can get through it is by linking together. We stand in the shadows of statues and plantations and laws that uphold systems of racism that can no longer be tolerated. We are in the season of repair. How do we practice this repair and interlock it with our interdependence? I think how we do it is through our creativity. Ain't no way an enslaver in 1900 is better than me. So I put my thinking cap on and I really start playing with the idea of what it is that I want. It requires all of us, the interconnectedness. It requires that we do the repair work, and the missing ingredient is your creativity. If you let your creativity go, you abdicate the power. The way that you get that creativity is you got to go into the affirmative. You've got to go and start saying, this is what I call for. This is what I mean when I say I want repair. You've got to vision that first, okay? As I leave you today, I'm asking you to sit with this one question. What is it that you are going to be saying yes to? When this moment of repair, this season of repair is upon us, it isn't what happened. What are you calling forward? What are you calling your yes? Yes, I want to be together. Yes, I want these finances to be straightened out for everybody. Yes, I want people to be able to eat. Yes, I want you to be able to have a home. What are you actually saying yes to? It doesn't matter anything else. All that matters is you got to keep your North Star on your yes at this point. What's your story of your yeses? Your power in your yes, your imagination in the things that you said that wasn't always possible, didn't feel like you could do it then, but all of a sudden, the moment you said yes, there was victory in your sight. We have inherited an extractive economy that has left this land broken and the people devastated. There is a calling in each and every one of you right now. There's a piece of the puzzle buried inside of each and every one of you right now. That's the opportunity right now that I'm calling for. That's the opportunity that I sit in my home and I start visioning around. That's the opportunity that's before all of us. It's not just for me, it's for you too.
Just in the future, just even the facilitating piece of, hey, you all, we got to understand there's systems that impact some and advantage some and disadvantage others, and to have white people in the room look like, oh, this is nothing, they're bootstraps, you can use them. And only for them to realize that they're still in the midst of a pandemic, so they can't unsee what's happening around them. So you can't deny what I shared with you.
It is not taboo to go back and fetch what you forgot to move forward. And a piece of our community work and our organizing work that is always really deeply rooted for me is that healing is a justice that we also deserve and have a right to, and it should be seeking along this way. So like as we're doing everything, that repair piece really rings out to me, and an interdependence piece, because as we move forward, there's just so much stuff. Like there's just so much stuff. And like in this moment, I feel like it's just ripping the fourth wall in theater, like ripping the fourth wall, just ripping the veil. Like we're really out here.
We went from like Joyce and her saying yes and taking residents to a national conference called NUSA, and them going and sharing like their challenges, but more importantly, bringing back like solutions to their neighborhoods, and having a young lady from Alcee Bar area to win a governor's award from the work that she did. And then we went to like Jackie and her saying like, guess what? She's been doing a word of the year for the last 7 years. And guess what this year's word is?
Yes.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.